All right, bombshell number one. All right, these are all from the court filings. In February of 2024, the FBI admitted that the genetic genealogy link that was used to narrow in on Brian Kohberger was done before they had a warrant. That means this could be illegal parallel construction, which is evidence that's obtained illegally, then they rediscovered legally. It's also a giant risk for it getting thrown out in court, and maybe that's why they're fighting it so hard. If that gets thrown out, what do you guys think happens? From the jump, the FBI is admitting this, and people just want to completely ignore it. They did that before they had a warrant, obtained the DNA from his parents' garbage cans, trace it back to his ancestral family tree on that database to a 99.98% match, and he never gave up his DNA. Now you can say, well, if you've done nothing wrong, what does it matter if the feds have your DNA? And I can see that argument too. But here's the challenge, guys. People like me, people like you, we're good people. So that means that we always try to see the good in the situation. And we also assume that everyone else is a good person and there's not some nefarious intent behind their actions and what they're doing. Unfortunately for us, what that typically allows is for the cloak to be pulled right over our eyes, and then a fast one gets pulled on us. And now, next thing you know, this is the standard. They're going to be able to go through your parents' trash, find your DNA, and link it to your cousin who spit into a tube 10 years ago and you've never once done it. They'll still somehow be able to track it back to you because all of your family members' DNA is on there. That should not be a legal loophole for the feds to jump through to get your DNA without a warrant. That's the bigger challenge. Like, I understand it and I can reason with it. But again, we're talking about it at a Supreme Court level for a death penalty case. You would think that it would be on the up and up through and through when they make their case against this man. More about the due process. It's more about the legal process. It's more about what is the chain of custody on that DNA? Why did it come back doubled in size? Why can't Ann Taylor get that chain of custody? What happened in between the time from when it left the FBI, got to the lab, and then got back to the defense? Well, something happened. I've done some research and digging on why DNA would double in size. It's a dead giveaway for DNA manipulation. If you guys remember that PCR test during the vid where they spin the cycle fast enough to where they can get a hit on a molecule that's, could be microscopic, could be tiny, whatever it is, that enlarges these particles. It enlarges it. It exacerbates it. And so when that happens to the DNA, that's a clear sign that it was put through that mechanism to do that. Let's proceed. All right. Bombshell number 2 that was released on April 4th of 2025. In response to the defense discovery requests, the prosecution admitted that the male DNA was found on a glove in the kitchen, an outside door handle, and in the upstairs hallway. None of that matched Kohberger. They say that it may have been irrelevant, but it has not been matched to anyone in CODIS or any local databases. And the question is, why hasn't this male DNA been compared to Xana's boyfriend, her ex, or the rotating cast of men that would come and party in that house? This is based on verified Snapchat and TikTok logs that are recovered in late 2024. And here's the third one right here. So the defense has subpoenaed Google geofence warrant logs that show 6 devices near the house between 3:45 and 4:30. Only one of those is linked to Kohberger's suspected burner. So who are the other 5? And again, that is not solved, guys. That's a damn open case with a single suspect that could be being railroaded while 5 other digital footprints get memory hold. That's a big deal. If you're watching a case and the defense subpoenas a geofence warrant log and it shows 6 devices between 3:45 and 4:30 that are near the house. And remember, Kohberger's was only ever near the house too. It was never in the house as far as the logs are concerned. Well, wouldn't you want to know who the other 5 are? It's like, I wish I could talk about this without you guys knowing that I was talking about Idaho 4. And you guys would be like, whoa, that's so messed up. But there's such an emotional tie to saying that there's inconsistencies in this case that it I don't know what happens. People like put blinders on.